Hello. Hello, everybody who's joining us. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Who's there? Who's there? Hello, Rochelle White. Good evening, Rochelle. Or is it good morning in New Zealand? Good evening. Thank you. Hello, guys. As you're coming in, do the honors, please. Hello, Matthew. Mejule. Hello. Darlene.
I know you are in love with someone. Is that his name?
Emma, good evening. Darlene, good evening. Good evening, everyone. How are you today? For the third time you're seeing me today. I'm glad. I hope you don't mind. Rosalind, good evening. Flora, good evening. Tad, how are you? We're back to Warsaw. Oh yeah, Tad. Great. Hello, Louise. Matthew again, good evening. Good evening, everyone. As you're coming in, can you please? Yeah, I know people are saying it already. Share. As you're coming in, please. Share. Please share, guys. She doesn't know how to say it. Share. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much. Adeola Deso. Where is she? Good evening, everyone. Good evening. Thank you, Gladys. Good evening. Amara, good evening. Hi, Doctor. Wale. Hello, Mr. B. Good evening. He's just shared. Bukola, good evening. Oh, Bukola is now saying share. Pastor Abby, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Thank you so much for coming back to us this evening. So, as you're coming in, please do the honors. As I said already, you know what it is. And don't forget to invite your friends. Don't just share, also invite people. Good evening, Informer. How are you? Hope you're good. So thank you, everyone. We're going to start this evening's fellowship. I hope you've been enjoying our fellowship in the last few days. I certainly have. And it's gone on all throughout the night and to the morning. And it's been great. Hello, Biggie. How are you? I hope you're all right. Michael, good evening. Good evening, everyone. Good evening again. Okay, we're going to get started now. I'm just going to turn the camera around so you see the family in the house right now. Okay, that's my favorite mentor in the whole wide world. Best mentor. I've been corrected. Best mentor in the whole wide world with the mentor. And then we have Major Lay. And then we have Mr. D.
Good evening.
Mr. J.
Good evening.
Pastor S.
Good evening.
Olena. Lady L. Lady Olena. Carol Wise. Carol Wise. Share. Queen McDonald. Mrs. D. Portia. We have Portia there. We have Tammy. DSA family that we don't know. That hidden DSA family, but we do now. And then we have Mrs. S. And then we have Mrs. B. And we have Mr. John.
Partagez, partagez, partagez.
Passenger. Passenger.
Partagez, partagez,
Oh.
partagez.
Not Pastor J.
Yeah, I get it, sir. I get it, sir.
Partagez. It means share, share.
Oh, okay. Guys, share in French. Share in French. You got to say that again, please.
Partagez, partagez, s'il vous plaît.
Partager. I'm going to say it now.
Partagez.
Partager, s'il vous plaît. And we have our Tammy here. And also, again, back to Daddy God. My best mentor in the whole wide world. Pastor J. I don't say share anymore. So guys, thank you so much. Thank you for the love. Hello, Daniel. Omalabake, good evening. Bola, good evening. Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure to serve you again and sit here to share the evening with you with Dr. Sunday, as usual, impacting knowledge, wisdom on us and liberation. So we're going to get started this evening. So we never know what comes out of this Pandora box of wisdom. So let's get started. So how we
With you again, like yesterday. After you started, nobody else started. So you have to start today again. Let's start with your notes. I need clearance. Because I want to know how truthful that is. And we'll see if people support you or not. See, this is what Mayowa wrote to me. She saw a video, and I didn't really see that video, but it's a video from Port Harcourt, from Pastor Usheshuku Amadi. Pastor Usheshuku Amadi is the pastor that started his church based on the teachings from DSA family on the platform. And now we already have one engagement on the platform.
engagement?
Marriage engagement.
Okay.
Marriage engagement. And we have the second one coming. Marriage engagement. So 2 couples have met up just by listening. In both of them in 2 different countries. 4 countries altogether. Huh? Yeah. If one of the couples in 2 different continents. Even 2 different races. Even 2 different races.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
The first couple, 2 different countries, living in 2 different countries, and from 2 different countries. Wow. The second couple, 2 different, 2 different countries, 2 different continents, 2 different races. Wow. And this our platform is the miracle worker. DSA family. So things they happen for DSA family. So then the next thing that happened now is that a church has been started through the platform. That's the dream. Nobody controlling anybody. Just getting inspired and going to do the work of the Lord as you feel led. So nobody's laying hands in one. Yeah, no. Just getting anointed by God, being spoken to by the Holy Spirit. So that's why I want to know what Mayowa is saying here. Why Mayowa wrote, beautiful. But I want to know if she's flattering or it's really true, really. I really want to know if it's true, but I know she doesn't flatter, but who knows? Wow, sir. She said, wow. No, after watching the video from Pastor Amadi, she said, wow, sir, the whole world is celebrating you this week, in one form or the other. I am particularly pleased with the top 10 about you. I don't know the top 10 about you. What does that mean?
Okay, so is the top 10 that of success that is on YouTube? I saw that video. The top 10 on YouTube.
Oh, that's what it's called, eh?
Yes, top 10 of success.
Okay. Then what do you mean the whole world celebrating it? No, you talk. You are the one.
Well, I'm saying the whole world is celebrating you because it's true. Everywhere I go, on Facebook in particular, all I see is the essay of one form or the other. And
that was like since Thursday, I think.
No, it was before then. It was before then, sir. It was a whole from mid-May, I think. For me, I think I started seeing much more from mid-May. So just seeing the video again today. The reason I said especially the top 10 was because the top 10 is secular. It's not particularly for Christians or anyone that is religious. It's just a general. It's just a general. Someone that I actually, if I thought about it, and I also text Pastor Nkiru just to thank her because she was the one that nominated you first. Her name was mentioned. So seeing that and hearing your top 10, I saw that the videos as well. The reason I said wow, wow, wow was my thinking at that time was, first of all, the top 10, I realized that there were much older videos that you had, like from I don't know how many years.
Yeah, from 7 years ago.
Yes, and your message was consistent and maybe even richer now. And they just sing your message of so many years ago. So in my head, when I was writing that this morning, that was just immediately after I saw the video. I thought, wow, from however long it is, 10 years ago, your message is still so relevant, and they have no idea what you're doing now. You know, the people have no idea.
The messages are going to be forever.
Yeah.
Every message I bring, believe me, they are going to live forever because they are classic. Classic at the time will be relevant through any time, any season, rain or dry. So that's why you have classic books, and the book the same, because the work that is put into each one of them is for them to live forever. And you've heard me that I always say anything you do it as if nobody in your old generation, even before you or after, should do better than you. So that's what makes things live forever. Yes, go ahead.
Yes. Seeing that and seeing the guy, and also he's saying his favorite is that, I thought you just don't even have any idea. That was just, it's not even the tip of the iceberg. So that's the reason why I wrote that this morning. It wasn't a flattery. I'm not interested in that flattering.
Yeah, the top 10, okay, we'll come back to that. But the phrase you said before then was, the whole world is celebrating you.
Yeah, I think that.
Let's discuss it. Let's ask. Hello, let's all concentrate, okay? Okay, leave your telephone, leave your
devices.
Yeah, you finished? Okay. Leave your device, just be here and now. It is I teach. You have to learn to be in the here and now. So don't be distracted when anybody else is talking or something. Don't extract yourself from the environment of your brethren. When you are here in the now, you honor people. You are here. Yeah, that's the way to honor. You know, so what people normally do is this. If I'm talking, some of them who have some respect might say, okay, this person is talking. You know, I might have one or two things to learn. So they will listen. They will leave the iPad or whatever they're doing. But if any other person is talking, they will go back. Or they might not even go into their iPad, but they were here, but they are all busy in their mind and all. You know, those are the kind of things that we want to eliminate. We don't want that kind of thing, attitude and behavior. Because that way, it means that that's who you are. Because nobody could tell either you are here or not, even though you are shaking, putting your head down. But that's who you are, because you are not truthful to yourself. You are only who you are to yourself in your secret life, in the secrecy of your heart. So if you have a habit or a pattern of losing it or being absent-minded when you think, oh, the topic is not. Some people will say, even if I'm Pastor Sunday is the one talking, if the topic is not concerning me, then I don't have to listen. But what do? I listen to everyone. I don't even miss out on anybody. And no matter what you are talking about, I still have to listen. Not because I'm learning anything new, but because I need to honor you. And I'm going to pretend and I'm going to act as if I'm hearing for the first time. I never heard anything like that. Then I'm also going to find a way where I could gain something for myself from what you are saying. Learn from you. I'm learning from you. So why wouldn't you learn from another person? And also, I'm also thinking, is there anything I could contribute? So we should all learn all that when we're here. We should all learn all that. But this is one of the biggest problems I've noticed in people. They dream. They allow themselves to go off when things they think are insignificant are happening. Yes, we could combine. We could, what do you call it? Multitask. And that's okay. But there are sometimes, even if you want to multitask, get that person who is talking to know that, to let him know that I'm with you, I'm here.
Yes.
You know, establish a contact somehow. Let him know that even though I'm doing what I'm doing, but my heart is with you, I'm hearing. You know, do something. That is how you live by the principle of difference, by the law of difference. That's one of the latest books I've written. And that's how you live by the law of honor. You are honoring another person. He doesn't have to even know about it. He doesn't have to know. But you know. Live by that in your own secrecy of your heart. Because when you live by that law, the law itself, the law of honor, brings honor to you. Not the person. The person might not even know. But if you abide by it, all the laws that you abide by, they work for you. It's just like saying that if you live by the law of forgiveness or law of love, nobody might know about it. But because you are committed to the law, it is the principles and the things that you are committed to that work for you. Those principles themselves commit themselves to you. That's what God was trying to say when Jesus said, seek you first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness. And all these other things have been committed to you. What it's really saying is that commit yourself to the kingdom. If you will, nobody might even know about it. But you convince yourself. It's about you, what you know in your heart. It's about what your heart is committed to. So commit yourself to the kingdom. Nobody might even know about it. So that's why church is not a big deal as people are thinking. Because most people now, they go to church to impress pastors. But the big deal is actually kingdom commitment.
Yes.
So you just get yourself committed to the kingdom as much as possible. And once you are committed, your heart witnesses to that you are committed to this principle. And the principle itself becomes part of you. The principle itself is a witness to the fact that you are committed to it. Because you have swallowed it. It is yours. And when it is yours, it begins to work for you. So your commitment to the kingdom dictates the kingdom's commitment to you.
Yes.
The same thing with other principles. So let's say the principle of honor. You might not know about it, but I honor everybody in my heart, in my attitude. In fact, one time I was in Nigeria, there were a group of young guys, and they didn't know I was greeting them. They were singers, just like these singers here. And I just bowed down before each one of them, and I was honoring them. One of them said, "Oh, hi, Sunday. Is that the way you greet people in Ukraine? Bowing down to us? Oh, okay. No, they're just trying to be important. And they think that it makes them important. But I am committing myself to a principle. Because that principle will be committed to me. But that person got the importance and the relevance and the significance he needed just there, trying to think that he is proving superiority, and he is nobody. I was a pastor of thousands of churches, and he is just a small guy that I just try to honor. But people don't recognize it. They think you are just recognizing their supremacy. But really, I am recognizing the supremacy of the principle. And I'm honoring him for the principle's sake, because I'm committing myself to the principle, so that the principle will it will commit itself to me, no matter the circumstances. So being here and now, being in the here and now, that's one of the other books, right? Being in the here and now is very important, and so it's one of the ways we honor people. So we are honoring you, Madam Mademoiselle.
Oh, thank you.
So the first part of the letter you wrote says, the whole world. I want to know if this is true or not. I really want to hear everybody's opinion. The whole world celebrating you. How? Because in your friend list, you will know how often you come across, the celebration or anything. That's how you know, right? That's what you are talking about, right?
Yes.
When you go through, not your timeline, but no, newsfeed. It's called newsfeed.
Newsfeed and timeline of better.
Okay.
Because people tag me and I'll see it on my timeline as well.
So what created that impression for you that the whole world?
Well, I know at least that the people in the 5 continents, from all the continents, I've sent you congratulatory message. So I know that automatically for me, that qualifies for the whole world. But
You know why I'm doubting you?
Go ahead,
Because
sir.
you are dealing with that. And because you are dealing with that, everybody is something to you. And when you are seeing the same information, it creates the mirage, the illusion that the whole world is talking about this. Because everybody is sending their mails to you, you are the coordinator. That's why I wanted to hear other people's opinion, in the sense that, what about others who are not directly?
The coordinator.
Yeah. But do they just say it randomly without that, You understand what I mean?
Okay, yeah, I do.
No, I'm not downplaying your opinion.
I do understand.
You could still argue your case. But
can't-
I just want to have affirmation as well.
Okay. Does anyone know anything
No,
before I give my
finish.
case? Okay. I'm just going by facts. Even if I'm the coordinator and people are sending it to me, it's still the whole world, because I'm getting messages from all the 5 continents. So that is enough. And all my page and other people's page that I see is flooded with congratulatory messages. And the people that actually, they don't have Facebook, that I know, that are calling me and saying that they saw me somewhere with one guy that, with a pastor, and that pastor, what he says and everything, they checked him out, is really good. That's still people that I know. But I've got messages from people that I don't know as well, that are sending to say, wow, I don't know this person, but what this person is saying makes sense. Who is this guy? Tell me a little bit more about this guy. So that's my conclusion. That's the basis of my conclusion. It is enough for me that the people in all the continents are celebrating you, various people. That's enough for me, because that signifies that that's the world.
Don't talk about me, talk about
Dr. Sunday. So that was enough for me to say that, to use the whole world. And also the volume as well. Yes, I am coordinating it, but I'm not coordinating everything. Not everybody is tagging me on Facebook to say congratulations, but no day passes without, even if I don't check my inbox, without me seeing something on Facebook or any other platform that says DSA, congratulations, parties somewhere, groups of people together. So I can justify saying the whole world. That's my justification.
Because I will later on talk about principles of how us could use certain principles to make the whole world celebrate, not us, just because I am Sunday, right? But, you know, our relevance on the earth. Because life, one of the proofs of your relevance on the earth is influence. So some people might think it's mundane thing we are talking about. And it is, maybe some people could even tag it pride, or some people could even tag it self-seeking. But we are talking strategy here. And we are talking about how your life could bring relevance. So what, like somebody said yesterday, Pastor Sunday is more like an icebreaker. It's going forward, but not for me, but for you to be able to follow suit. And for you to be able to have relevance as well. But first of all, before we talk about that, I've got to find out that this is actually true, that the whole world is celebrating. Then I could say on the basis of that, let me now tell you what you could do for the whole world to celebrate you. But if that is not happening, if I cannot affirm that, if it's not true, if it's based on illusion or on our own thought of, you know, imagination, then I don't have the authority to say, I want to teach you how you can do the same thing. I don't know if you are getting it.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Yes, I agree with Maiwa, because for me, it all started from when we started planning to celebrate your Golden Jubilee, and we had set up all these WhatsApp groups, and we had...
You have WhatsApp groups?
Yeah.
I'm hearing that before.
WhatsApp, yeah, we set up WhatsApp groups, and there was...
which is good. You see, I'm discovering stuff.
Yeah.
Because I don't have WhatsApp, so...
Okay, so, and we have all these coordinators from various places. Maiwa, we had put up, you know, the plans of how we're going to put together our congratulatory messages, and somehow it leaked from when London, DSA family UK, we decided to gather, and Maiwa came to that scene and we recorded. But before Maiwa came...
You don't want to get distracted. You remember the question?
Yes, I did.
Is the whole world really celebrating?
Yes, it is. Because it was from that gathering in London, and when it leaked, that other parts of the nation and outside of Africa continent as well started to put up their congratulatory messages even before the celebration, you see. So when ours came out eventually, because Maiwa came and went live, then other parts of Nigeria started to gather and record their own messages as well. And that started spreading to America, to Canada, and they all started celebrating, started recording and, you know, just giving testimonials about how you have impacted them, and that was the beginning of the celebration, and that's how I agree with Maiwa that the whole world is celebrating you.
Not me.
Dr. Sunday Adelaja. That's right.
But that's not the answer, though.
Okay.
The contention is it really true that it's the whole world? For me, I like statistics. I like the way she argued her own case.
Okay.
Now, what will convince me is the question I asked.
Yes.
When you go online, what tells you that?
Well, it's the messages that are coming through online. Yeah, to me, on my page, because I could see from my friends' pages and from their own pages as well, I could see people who are not my friends, but friends of friends, who are, you know...
DSA family.
DSA family. Well, friends of DSA family, yes. And even from the WhatsApp group, because we had set up representatives, people who would represent each continent. And from the messages that you won't see that. From the messages that are coming through, people have already started celebrating you on that WhatsApp group. Is that correct? Yes. Yeah.
I've got another argument that I just thought of right now. The argument is that with Facebook or social media, if one person posts from wherever they are, if one person posts, because they have friends and their friends have friends and their friends have friends, that already, their post would reach, let's say, generous estimate, it would reach an estimate of maybe 5,000 people, because even if they have 10 friends, of the 10 friends, 5 of the 10 sees the post. Of those 5, they have in total 50, and then of the 50, maybe 10 of the 50 sees it. It's a trickle effect.
The good thing about what I saw in Facebook is directing people to the messages, which is their goal. The goal is that many people will get the messages for themselves, begin to listen to it. But I don't know who gave them. Maybe you gave them that instruction. Most people were writing, go to his website or go to his YouTube. Yes. That's a very good because we are looking for ways to spread the word and to make more people listen. So that's a good idea.
I in the beginning, I've actually forgotten about this, but this started from the 28th of April when the communication went out. And yes, all the information of your platform was on the sheet. It took about a week or maybe 10 days before people warm up to it to understand, because I think maybe the brief was just too long or too detailed that I sent. But eventually people caught on to the idea. They started to use the hashtag. I mean, using hashtag alone on social media, it helps to engage the whole world, because once that hashtag comes up, everyone, it collects all the information from different people just for using the hashtag. So if you use the hashtag, it's almost like an arm that collects all the information. So that will show up on most feeds anyway. As soon as you put D on any social media or any computer, that will come up because it's an hashtag. So
maybe we should appreciate
Caroline?
I think your idea should probably go first.
No, I wanted to say we should appreciate Kiru, but that's later.
Okay. I'm actually going to disagree with most people because I'm just honest. But,
and we're not honest.
I feel like I'm a realist, and until your name is bigger than the Kardashians and Beyonce, I'm not going to say that the world knows you. However, I am going to say that right now what you're doing is the plans to get there, because there's no person who is great in the world who is not known not just by what they did, but by what their followers did. Same thing with Jesus, same thing with Aristotle. So it's not until your sons become bigger that your name will become really worldwide, if that makes any sense.
I disagree.
No, we're not talking about me. We're talking about DSA.
Yeah, DSA.
And I also disagree with Caroline.
I agree with her.
I don't.
No,
I think
I agree with that. That's my school of thought, and that exactly is what motivated me to ask that question. And I think she's truthful.
I have an argument.
let me answer the question.
My one will make this a personal fight.
Based on what I see online, a couple of my friends are following you, rigorously, and I noticed because of the depth, some people actually drop out along the line. Even myself, I drop out sometimes. While following you on Facebook, it's so much depth. Then later I'll be like, okay. So I'll be like, okay, let me just come back and follow. So a lot of people are following him because of the content, because they are thirsty for the, and they really appreciate it. Some people say, okay, he changed their life completely and stuff like that. And I think they're secretly following you. A lot of people are secretly following.
But so, you didn't listen to the argument of Caroline. Yeah. You have to analyze the argument, not just emotions.
It's not.
Yeah. If I may.
You make sense.
No, I in a way will not totally agree, because look, let's be realistic. We live in the world, okay, where it's all about publicity. The people that make people famous have an intention, okay? You talked about Kardashian. Personally, it's not relevant to me. No. You understand? So it's the people who are
I only heard that name this year.
Exactly. It's the people out there who are benefiting from raising you up. You understand? They would raise you up not because you are super or you've done something extraordinary, but it's a commercial world. It's what they will profit from it. Okay, just like music. Okay, you might be young, but then if you go back about 40, 50 years, even the worldly music had substance. Okay, now music is produced. How long does it last? Within a week, everybody's forgotten. But that music comes with a big fanfare. You understand? Because the backers are there who will back you up and make you number one. But then it's you're being made number one without any substance.
But what she's trying to say is that if you look at the YouTube messages that are popular, there are some, just some people that are just saying some rubbish or doing some nonsense on YouTube or Facebook. They are the ones who have millions.
But they don't have relevance.
But that's exactly what we want to create. We want to bring relevance instead of the rubbish that they have, but we must also find the way and the strategy that we could use. We claim that we have what is relevant or what is good. But what is the good of what we have if it's not going out to reach out to the people?
It is.
Everybody loves DSA, I included. But to be real, DSA is not at the place where I can say that he's going to get more views on something than Oprah, who is in his kind of same field. And so the question is now, what are the steps that they took to get that relevance? Because nobody knew who Kim Kardashian was, but her mother made sure to make something that was horrible into something that actually propelled her into superstardom. So what are the principles? Like, that's what Pastor Sunday teaches us, is to study the principles. It doesn't matter if they're doing nonsense or whatever. What are the principles that made them go from here to there?
Okay. I think
you must respond, man.
I must respond because I think we're mixing the definition of these words together. Relevance. If you're talking about relevance, absolutely none of those people that you mentioned are relevant. What Dr. Todd Sunday is teaching us is not just about us. Even our children that that are yet to be born would be gaining from this knowledge. The books. Tell me, what books have Kim Kardashian written? I mean, I know of these Kardashian people, their family, but relevance, I don't think so. Young people, biomasses, which is the majority of the world, those are the people that follows them. And it's hot and cold. They'll follow them, they'll insult them, they'll see the lies, see all the sexual things that they show people. And in what way are they relevant? If are you talking about is relevance?
She's not talking about relevance. She's talking about known.
Well, known for what? I mean, what is the point? Okay.
About visits, people don't care.
Okay,
people don't care about you.
No, but people don't care about them. Number one, number two. If people know you and you're not changing their lives, you're not doing anything for the better for them, what's the point of that? What is that going to do? We're talking about seeds here.
Let's say you have a cure for cancer.
Yeah.
And you've cured 10 people, which is great. You've cured 10 people, maybe 100 people, but you know how many people are sick of cancer in the world? If not from Kiru, that's why I wanted us to shout out from Kiru. I never heard of this Kamen people or Evan Kamen. I never heard of them. I never even knew he was existing. I'm just doing my own thing here, all right? In my own prison of my house. But she, for some reason, thinks that, we need that platform. And she began to, campaign and wanted to convince it. But the point I'm making is, because she did that, she was able to somehow convince the Evans who put me there. In 24 hours, his followers, which are like 1 million, and how many people views did we see? 27 million? 96 million views this man has generated on YouTube. And his followers, who are constant, and who have been watching, who are just watching is it every day, is it every week?
Yeah, it's every day.
Every day. New person. They are telling him, this is the best we have heard so far. So, what's the problem? That is the question the girl, Caroline, is trying to address. That it does, and that's the question I'm addressing. That if I have the cure for cancer, and I've cured you because you are in my vicinity, 100 people. What is 100 people when millions of people need that cure for cancer? So that's why when you say the whole world, you get it now. So the whole world is celebrating you, but it's not true. And I think that's why I'm talking about flattering. I know that, for example, thank God Nkiru did that. We know of the stock. We know the stock we have, right? We know the content. In fact, who was that who telling me that? Somebody wrote me and said, I went to the YouTube. I think the person just stumbled on YouTube on videos. And he said, these videos, he said they are the greatest thing out there, right? But he said, when I saw the numbers of views, 200,
Exactly.
400,
Yeah, you have to be able to measure success.
1,000,
Measure success. Otherwise,
that he himself said,
yeah.
this is alarming. Does that mean the world doesn't know?
Okay, I think I get it.
Do you get it now? They don't know.
I get it clearly now.
That's why we are saying we cannot be talking about the whole world is celebrating it. Because we are talking about DSC family, who are our people. That's what's making you to think like that. We are not doubting the quality of what we have, but we are not reaching people yet. And that we are not reaching people.
I think I
Yeah,
understand.
okay, for example, if Nkiru had not done this, these people never even heard about it. There are two videos. The first video, they say, who is this guy? In fact, even in this one, they are saying, who is this guy? Where do you bring him from? They don't know us. Now, when they are getting to know and they are impressed by what they are hearing, but they think they don't even know I exist.
Okay, so the reason why I answered that way is because birthday celebration, sir. I think that was what my one was referring to. But if we're basing it on general,
Yeah, we're talking about birthday.
Yeah.
But even that one is not the whole world.
all right.
I think
I would say yes and no.
I mean, I made it clear as well, sir. If you're talking numbers, in terms of numbers for me, I think that we have a lot of work to do in terms of numbers to increase. But I'll still stand by. I personally feel like the whole world is celebrating, and that's why I mentioned about continents, that messages from all parts of the world. Yes, if we're talking about numbers, like how many people. I think I mentioned yesterday that there are even areas that people haven't seen the Bible before. That was news to me until I read it. They don't even know anything or even heard of Jesus. So if we're going literally in terms of numbers, how many people, then we really need to define. I need to define my whole world. And that's why I mentioned continent. But if we're talking about relevance, absolutely. My own thoughts and my own idea of relevance is not about numbers.
Relevance?
Yeah.
Okay, for example, if we go, when we used to have a platform, right? My platform was reaching quarter of a billion people. Even though people might not be my friends, but because of the reach and the popular articles and stuff, it was going and videos. They might not even know who I am really, but they will know that that material they are getting on there something is coming from, Dr. Sunday Adelaja's Facebook page. But even this one, what I would call relevance is, even if we are 100 people in the DSC family, all right, or even if there are only 100 people that celebrated DSC's birthday, jubilee, let's say 100. But if these 100 people, let's say one has 1 million or 1,000 or 100,000, 10,000. But if they are rich and good, everybody together. And people don't even need to be friends or connected. But if everybody is saying, okay, like for example, what happened in the Russian world is much more smaller than the whole world. So in the Russian world there, because we have big church here, and these churches are everywhere, in every corner, in every house, I don't know, when the men came, you remember the men? They were saying, if you go anywhere, you go to the grocery shop, you go to the street, you go to anywhere, metro, you go to the transport, everybody's asking you about one man only. Yeah. They are not asking you about the president, they are not asking you about anybody, they're asking you about Pastor Sunday. So even though we are just maybe less than 1% of the whole country, but because of that influence, so what I'm saying, for example, if we are only 100 people saying, happy birthday, your jubilee, go to jubilee, go to jubilee. Like when Miles Monroe died, I could say the whole world, what they call it, mourning, because it was everywhere. People were, even though people might not know him, but because so many people were talking at the same time, they were getting to know him. And he had more views of his program on YouTube after his death than when he was alive. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? More books. Yeah, and sold more books. Were dead than alive. Why? Because that news of his death went around. So if that had happened with the celebration, that is when we would have said the whole word. I don't know if I'm making sense. You didn't get it?
No, I had you, sir.
I think
there are two things here. There's difference between fame and influence.
Okay.
yeah.
Yes.
Some of these persons, celebrities, they are famous, but they don't have the influence. Then another thing, if you have influence, it's possible for you to be influencing people negatively or positively. So some of these persons that might have influence, they have negative influence on society.
Brilliant.
So we can't.
So there is difference between fame and
influence.
No.
There's difference between fame and influence.
Okay.
And even
we don't want fame, we want influence.
Yeah, we don't want fame. We're talking about.
But we want influence.
Yes.
But also, fame builds the platform for influence.
You need fame. But I was saying that from
The fame is not our goal.
Okay, influence our goal.
Influence our goal. Then even in influence, we have negative and positive influence. So ours is positive influence. Our pursuit is positive influence. It's societal.
You know what I've discovered? I've discovered that even negative fame, negative news also is powerful.
Very powerful.
No news is bad news.
People even say no news is bad news. Because with Jesus, the initial news that came out about Jesus was negative. Yeah, people were saying he's a cult leader. Even Christians in general, even Christianity in general, for years, it was all negative news. But the negative news, the good thing about negative news is that it takes one event for it to be turned into positive. Negative is minus like this. So minus is very important because minus, even though it's minus news, but it's better than no news at all. Because minus news has gone before you, which means horizontal line is there. Even though it's called minus, but there is a line. That name is recognizable. That name is familiar. So by the time this real person who has real encounter or first-hand encounter now says, no, I know him. See what happened. Upon that vertical line, which is minus, comes upon that horizontal line comes another news, but which is vertical. And what do you have?
Positive.
Positive. But if there was no foundation of horizontal negative. There was nothing to relate to, because I never heard. And okay, what about him? I never heard about him. So with Jesus and the disciples, it was like that. People were thinking they were negative, until, God began to move among us, and then it became positive. It became the religion of the whole empire. I don't know. I'm sorry to break your thought.
Looking at it from your perspective, I agree with you. But I want to come from this angle.
Okay.
For example, let's look at Bob Marley. If Bob Marley's day is being celebrated, people see it as a day of smoking marijuana. It is known as he influenced people. Till date, he's still influencing people. But his influence is more on the marijuana doping side. So that's why I'm still saying that we have both negative influence and positive influence. But I still agree with Caroline, because we have to jack up our game.
Okay.
Yeah. Because if we look at the world today, there are strategies of advertising, advertising your product.
Yes.
So the DSA family, we must come up to do work. If these our sister had not initiated this, we wouldn't have gotten this. So beyond just talking, we should harness every platform.
Okay, what about then if 10 people will do what she did? And look for similar platforms.
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
We should harness every platform to spread not just DSA. Because as the principle, the more we spread it, it goes with, okay, like, who is this person? We have not heard of him before. The word went forth, and people are asking after the person who is DSA. So I want to encourage the DSA family, wherever we are, let's create, because social media today, we can really harness it and use it as a platform. Every social media platform, we should hijack it and propagate these principles. I think that's what I'm going to add.
Okay. I think it's clearly, if I'm correct, I think Mayawa's description was probably pointing to the fact that we probably have a representative in every continent who at least talked about it, not necessarily the numbers. Caroline's analysis is on strategy and comparison with what's obtainable in measuring how much impact we truly have. And with her analysis, it shows we really have a huge gap to cover. We don't have, I mean, I'm sorry to say, but we need to step up packaging. Because that platform, how many million views?
96 million.
Yes. So there was a reason why he has that kind of capacity to reach that and consistently maintain that. If we can quadruple or just do 10 of that outreach and actually put dollars into marketing to package these messages, sometimes not as a religious tool.
Yes.
Like Pastor says, a lot of his messages, he takes out all this religious, signs in it.
And that's why they could use it.
Yes.
Because when you listen to it, even the people listening to it, even though they say Pastor Sunday, but it sounds so familiar to them, as if it's their people talking to them. Even though I'm pastor, but the language I was using, even you go and listen to it, it fits right into whatever they are used to. So the language was all right. But if I had been preaching
John 3:16,
there was just no chance.
And I also think that part of the strategy with, pastors always using the term Dr. Sunday Adelaja is also a strategy.
Yes.
Oftentimes you say Pastor Sunday, people tune off immediately. I'm not a Christian. I'm not going to listen to him. But if you say Dr. Sunday, they're like, okay, he's a doctor. He's educated. Okay, let me talk to him. Let me listen. And then from there, oh, he makes sense. Then you get stuck listening over an hour. Like, wait a minute, I've been listening to him. And then you find out he's also a pastor. Like, oh, it's okay, but he has content. So I think we need to, like, I think I've learned a lot just listening and listening and listening. And I'm beginning to see all the lines. The fact that we really, really, really need to come up with a marketing system strategy to package these messages and package them and reach out to people. But also, not just reaching out to people of getting views, because even in reaching out to people and getting views, there's something called engagement, audience engagement. If we can have a platform where after people watch it, they can click on something in fill out a form or follow us, or something to just convert those views that we have
to follow us,
so that we can consistently deliver content to them. So other than just, oh, we have 10 million views, we could have 6 million engagements where they all have to do is to put in the email and click submit, and automatically we have a huge database. Because if you look at ministries like Just Maya Ministries and how much dollars they put into evangelism, web development, they design the kind of database, and I think this is why we need to compete favorably on earth. Because if you look at the companies of this world, these guys are not playing. You know, they are not playing at all. Yes, when they're talking about marketing,
they use the best stuff.
They use the very best. I mean, when they buy a database, they go get a developer, and their marketing is guerrilla marketing. If you click on their website, they'll drop a cookie in your web browser. For the next 1 month, they'll keep advertising you. And every time you check another site, you see the product come out again because they dumped a cookie into your web browser. So we need to really, really compete if we're going to be on that level that Caroline is talking about, that we can say, oh, we are like the Kardashians. Because believe it or not, the Kardashians didn't get there because they have, back ends that men want to see. Because there's so many ladies on YouTube with black ends went better, and I'm like, what is special about this? It's marketing. Packaging and marketing, and it makes it as if there's something more to it. There's nothing.
And women are even more. Millions of them.
So to some people, if we're trying to market to like a continent like the US with more Caucasians in it, we could get a Caucasian face to talk on a platform before he comes up. Because then they want to listen, oh, who is this little young Caucasian girl talking? And then the black man comes, okay, and then he has something to say. And then they're listening. But if you just go with your face, they're like, oh, okay. You know what I mean? So it's all about marketing and strategy. So, and this is a very brilliant move. 10 million views, wow. And I'm just waking up like, wait, there's actually something we can do to get this gospel out there. Because if you look at it, we're talking principles. And then where did this principle come? It comes from the Word of God. At the end of the day, on the back end, we're trying to save people and preach Jesus to them. But we're not just going to say Jesus immediately. We're going to have to give them a bait, like this is success, this is principles. And then they're going to ask for more and say, where does these principles come from? Do they come from the Word of God?
People are already asking, how do I get this, Pastor?
Right. And they shouldn't be asking those questions. If we properly engage them, they should have, been able to just enter their email within 1 second, Pam, and we've linked with them forever. We'll continue to send weekly videos to them. It could be 10-minute video, it could be 5-minute video. Continuously engage them, because there's something in Facebook marketing about conversion. You can measure your conversion. If you have data that you can't track, you don't really have anything. You have no control over it. You should be able to track how many people watched your videos and how many people converted, how many people were you able to convert, and measure your strategy and go back and reanalyze to be able to get people to continuously stay under your influence. Then can we say we have influence? Because as in people who follow Instagram and what all these followership systems, if you tweet and people that are following you are able to see every little thing you do, then it becomes a platform. Corporations come and say, we want to We want you to market this thing for us because you have influence. Whether it's good, whether
It's positive.
yeah, like she said, influence and fame goes hand in hand.
Yeah.
Once you have fame, influence comes under it. It can be positive. You can do anything you want with it. And once you're famous, you discover that those who are following you, if you say, okay, today I'm going to be a Christian, maybe half of the people who are following you are like, okay, I want to know what it is to be a Christian too. Because
I
they're
heard
following
a
you.
similar thing happened with Obama and what was her name? The lady.
Hillary.
Oprah. That Oprah, when she endorsed Obama the first time, that a lot of her followers endorsed.
Right. Instantly. So there's a conversion between the number of people, and usually there's a research about if you have 12 million followers and you endorse something, there's research on a guaranteed minimum that you're going to get. So you can actually measure your impact. You can actually strategically grow your database. And if we're talking database here, and we don't have a database structure that we host in-house, we really haven't started to talk about competing with the world, because those guys are now playing. You know, they bring out $60 million and they build a huge IT infrastructure that can house so much data. And then they come with all this analytics software and all kinds of tools to continue to grow the base. And at the end of the day, when they, come out and say we have a resource, they're not playing. They really have information and they have people that they can channel to you. And that's part of how all these corporations that do marketing win. So the Kardashians didn't get there like happenstance. They had a sex tape. They're not the first to have a sex tape. There were other people before them and before them and before them. But she was smart enough to know how to strategically connect with the right people and bring the right people on board and use that fame and influence to get their package and program across. So now I feel like if, like my wife said, we probably have people in every continent who send a congratulatory message. Yes, we can say that's the whole world, quote unquote, but we don't have the numbers to say we shook the world or we made impact, because we don't have the infrastructure, we don't have the strategy, we don't have the system.
We don't even have the net to
capture them. Even if they came, we don't have anything to put them in. So, and that's what's going to differentiate us from the other people that are out there, or, for us to be able to make the kind of impact that we want to make. If we're looking like, okay, let's reach 200 million people. Can we have 200 million subscribers? Yes, we can. There's a company we can call now, a marketing company, and they'll tell us the bill. Yep. And they'll tell us the timeline it takes to get 200 million subscribers. And then they'll come up with a plan. You'll have to hire people who comes to work like Uncle Sam, Monday to evening, and they're going to get on the system and they're going to stay there and keep working for the how many number of months until you meet the milestone. Maybe every 90 days you make 1 million people or 2 million or 10 million, and then until you grow it up to 200 million, and then the ripple effect continues to grow from there. But there has to be strategy, and I think that's what Hassel was talking about. The strategy has to be in place, and he also mentioned that if we have that strategy, and because every time I look at the playlist Pastor has, I'm thinking, how can I take these videos and tweak them? I don't want a long, lengthy message.
Yes, because people's sorry to cut you, people's attention span is too short.
Right.
And on social media, you see maybe 3-4 minutes. Honestly, that's what you need.
Yeah.
But we have hours here. We don't want to go to bed. We're here till like 4 in the morning.
Right.
That's us. But the average person on social media just wants it quick, microwave information. Quick, now give it
Later on, they
talk
get
about it.
later.
Then after, they now want to now go to look for more content. But to get that information, first of all, it's all about what they see very quickly. A few seconds and they're hooked. It's almost like the news feed, not news feed. What is it called on Facebook? Where you see many short videos that keep popping up. What is it called again? Is it not? It's not live. When like little funny videos that pop up. People have different. No. People have.
Like if you see a video, you click on it, then takes you to another blank face.
Other videos.
You just keep rolling on and rolling on.
I don't know what it's called. It's gone off my head. That shows how much I use Facebook. but basically, it's
videos.
Yeah. For a few minutes. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. So if we're able to package that and reduce it, or just look at high points in a 1 hour video, and just line them one after the other, clean them up real good, package them, put maybe some whiteboard animation in front and at the back. So the whiteboard animation is actually what brings them to watching the main video, and then they just take all the bullet points. So it's a summary for them. So it's like watching an hour video within 4 minutes, and they're like, wow, I really want to see the detail. Now, the detail could even be a subscription service, because like Pastor said, sometimes you have the cure to cancer, but you don't have the right marketing to make people buy it. And the other guy who doesn't have a cure is making a killing because he has marketing backing up his snake oil, you know, which is pretty much what we have in the world. Most of the drugs we're buying are not even, they'll tell you, you know, this drug has side effect, it can kill you. Excuse me, the side effect is can kill me and you're still advertising it. And people still buy it because it's marketing, you know. So sometimes, and if you look at even some ministries that have the right information, they don't have the right structure to put it out there. And then you go to this establishment, they are the biggest, but then nothing is coming out of, there's no content in that. But what's probably getting them to where they are is they've generated momentum. They've been able to use, put a system in place to sell what's really not the best. So usually sometimes the best is always not what's the
been
propagated. Yes. Yes. So sometimes you see people, they have more talent than the other people that are making more money in that industry. But the ones that have all the talent don't have the structure to put them out there. And even when you have the talent, then you find on occasions where you find an investor come to invest in you, he gets like 90% of the interest because he has a structure. And then you're getting like 2% royalty after you pay tax. Then 90 something percent is going to the guy who brought his money and brought his structure and the framework. So, and I think if we are going to really push this gospel, it's going to be expensive. It's not going to be cheap. We're going to design databases. We're going to come up with applications. We're going to have homegrown applications that we built in-house to go out there and scrub the web and look for people's emails. You know, there are web crawlers where you just run the application. It goes online and continues to work like a robot and be gathering people. So it's not just about we, you know, sharing. I think share is like about our best marketing strategy. We really haven't paid. There's something called Google AdSense. We don't have that. There's Google AdWords. There's search engine optimization. There's Facebook ad. There's all kinds of marketing tools out there that we have not even tried or come close to in order to grow the database and the subscription. So if we have all these followers on Facebook, can it be a group? Because sometimes, you know, Facebook group is totally different from, you know, subscribing to a page. They do two different things. Because in a group, every time you send an information, you capture the whole group. But sometimes on the page, you might not get a feed on other people's, and your footprint is lower. And with Facebook advertisement, you can actually track how many people clicked, who clicked, when they clicked, how long they stayed, where they're from, and things like that. And they have extremely powerful analytics that we can use to say, okay, it looks like, and some websites you go to, you put in your information. Once you put in information, what you get is a live human being actually says, is there a way I can help you? In other words, that website has a 24-hour management of a human being, not just a robot, you know, saying, hello, my name is Magnus, how can I, or, you know, how can I help you? And they have more conversion than the other person who just has an automated website where the person is just filling around, and after a while you lost the person. And the average time someone who comes to your web stage is 5 seconds. They're gone. And that 5 seconds is all it takes to catch them, make a sale, or lose them forever, and they never come back again because they've been there before. So when they see a link, they're like, okay, they just keep scrolling. I've been there, I didn't see anything. So these are all the strategies we need to put in place, and a think tank, like we need to sit down on how do we brainstorm.
We need to find experts.
Yes.
People who are really good in this, people who, if the experts, we could gather some experts, they will come together with some proposals for us, then we can,
Yeah. And then also, like I was telling, sometimes you see all this negative news about pastor. We need to also get an expert to clean them out. We can't just fold our hand and let them write whatever. We need to get people, pay them and say, go clean the web, because there are honest people who really need this truth. And the nonsense out there is the one. You know what I mean?
Put the name in, that's the first thing that
pop up. And so like, okay. So, but there are experts who specializes in web PR.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, you pay them. They have all the tools and applications. Repetition management on the line, online. They now start bombarding the web with their stories. Then they look at all the, like, if you click the person's name, the first page is usually that attracts the most pages. So what they will do is they will go in and push those pages out by bombarding the internet with their own positive news about the person. Right. So the first line you see about the person is positive. Then they push the other ones to like maybe 100, where nobody ever goes to.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so it's like a warfare, and we have to fight. You can't just sit down and say, keep punching me, keep punching me. You're gonna fall. And those guys, they didn't come to play. They spend time to try to destroy a reputation. You have to spend time to repair it and protect it. And go to Facebook, put in a lot of this ad feeds, sponsored ad feeds that keep coming up every time you type a person's name, or
a similar name.
A similar name. It just auto suggests that your name above the other person, and the algorithm online keeps changing. Because every time it changes, you have to do something to put it back on page one. So it's a constant war, and they want to win, we want to win. And pastor messages, there's pastor's message that talks about the person that wins, right? Is that the person
who wins in life?
Who wins in life? Yeah, where he brought two ladies. That's exactly what's going on online. Even sometimes when you have a website and a website has a lot of hits, there are softwares that will go and steal your own traffic. When they see you're getting a lot of traffic, they'll put a Trojan horse or something that kind of like drives your traffic to their website. So you also need a security analyst who is.
Yeah, then you lost me at cookies.
So you need.
Nowadays, there are apps. You don't always need to employ people for everything. Most of the things are very well automated nowadays for you to build a very healthy, good-looking, well-functioning website. I think we just need to really make sure that we find the best products in the market right now, apart from spending too much money on it.
So let's address to our people who are watching. Maybe there are some people who might be able to have some suggestions for us on how we could move on with this. So get in touch with us. Where should they write to Myra?
Okay. Hello guys, you've heard a few of the things that, all of what we've discussed, especially the strategies that Jefferson has discussed with us. And also, I think that what Carol Wise said is actually a challenge for all of us, that we need to do something. Because if the name Kardashians are coming up for more influence and more numbers, what are we doing? Why are we sitting here? We could do something about it. So if you've got any ideas, or you've got any expertise, any knowledge in this area, and you would like to help, please contact vip@godembassy.org. VIP, can you write it? Julie is going to write it. vip@godembassy.org. I still think even before we get to the experts, guys, we can do something, because evidently we have been successful to a degree. It might be a small degree, but we can still be more successful. Organically, we can grow to a certain height, and then we will get all this strategy as well together. We can work it together. So I want us in the.
Someone just wrote in the comments. That if everyone on DSCTV will go through, just intentionally going through all the videos and watch, stopping on them for 2 minutes each, 2-3 minutes, 2-3 minutes, 2-3 minutes, spending 2-3 minutes, just stop it on them one by one. Just go like that every day. That you automatically increase the view.
Yes.
And that, affects sometimes, whatever.
Of course, and I think again I'm going to say that this is a challenge in terms of the numbers, because Caroline generation also, they understand this kind of well, maybe not influence in my own definition. Yeah, the impact of social media. And if she's saying that, I think it's something that we really need to look at. So what we're doing now and what we're not doing, even the video that came out, the top 10 of success, we can actually make something out of that by commenting on his YouTube and Dr. Sunday's YouTube. That would be enough, because if you go as DSA family, maybe there are about 500 or 600 of us, and we comment on that, that would hike that up. And more people will be interested in who is these people on YouTube talking about. I want to go and check it out. And we can all leave. Yes, we can all actually leave his YouTube. Because if people are asking that, who's this guy? Why can't I go on there and comment and say?
Again, because we didn't record that aspect. Explain to them what we're talking about, what Nkiru did.
Yes.
And the comment that we have, they could all go and watch, because when we discussed it, they were not there.
Yes.
So you explain to them.
Okay, guys, we were talking about this guy called Evan Comica. Evan, I'll get the name, and Julie will add the name to the comments. Yes. Oh, is that it? Okay.
Yeah, don't worry.
And the link as well. So we're talking about him. He actually did a video today.
Thanks to Nkiru.
Yes, I will get there, sir. He actually did a video. And this video, I think, actually, DSA family, I want to thank Nkiru, first of all, because she instigated this with Evan, that she would like Evan to do a top 10 success rule by Dr. Sunday or Pastor Sunday Adelaja. And the way to get that to happen is if people vote. So some of us voted, and I think Julie also was one of the people, because Julie checked it and she saw that there was one guy is ahead of Dr. Sunday in terms of the votes. And then it started getting us to vote again and go back. So Pastor Nkiru, thank you, well done. That's like thinking outside the box. That's like upstarter. So you're actually doing everything that we've been taught, and I think we all need to put our thinking caps.
This is a platform that has 97 million views.
Yes.
So for Pastor to find that, and bring us in there, and they actually did it.
Yeah. And I, maybe I should cover my face because we're younger, and Pastor Nkiru is, we wouldn't think that Pastor Nkiru would be into the technology. So Caroline and I really should be, actually more Caroline, not me. More Caroline. And me too, I'm only 16.
So tell them that we will not watch the video, but we can read the comments so that they will see what we can do. And Queen Anastasia is already doing something.
Okay.
But after we read the comment earlier, before we put on the video,
she made a comment.
Yeah, she went and made. So that's another thing we could all do. Everybody could go and put in their comment, and then like our own comments that say good. Then in the comments here now, Nkiru is saying that she had written that they should do second part, because in my own, the one they did now, they normally only give 10 secrets of success for everybody, even for Bill Gates, even for Abraham Lincoln, only 10. But in my own situation, they went and gave 10 secrets of Pastor Sunday's success, and then they went and added bonus.
Yes. Wow. There's 4 minutes of bonus track on yours.
More points, yeah. In the bonus, I was giving 3 or 4 more points. So actually, I gave 14 secrets. Yeah, because they discovered I have a lot. Yeah. And but what Nkiru is saying is that we could actually demand, because I have so much, to to do what? To give him another review. I don't know if that's possible or not.
It is.
Okay. And she said she had written that comment, she said, if we like our comment, if we say thumb up for it, that we could get more. But let's read the comments.
Yes.
Or whatever you wanted to say.
Yes. Evan Chemical, his name is spelled C, because they won't be able to get it. Oh, they've got the link. Okay, guys, yes, you've got the link already, and it's Top 10 Rules of Success by Adelaja, Sunday Adelaja. And I'll just read some of the comments that is being put up on this page. It says you first must conquer yourself in able to conquer the world. In order to be able to conquer the world.
That's what I said. That's one of my points. So what the people are saying, which one of the points touched them most out of the 10?
Yes, it's a quote, so I'm reading it. So that's what Dr. Sunday says. Okay, so that's what Dr. Sunday says in the video, in one of the rules. And he says, this hits home for me. I'm absolutely my own worst enemy. So this is this person saying it. And with that person's comment, 11 people said they like, even under that person's comments as well. So you guys, your comment as well is relevant. You can put your comment on there as well. And then another person says, deep insight of wisdom for success. I think this is a DSA family that says that.
What's the name of the person?
Deborah Cole. Deborah Cole has already been. And then we have somebody says, wow, the best advice for success I've ever heard in my life. And 5 people thumbs up on that.
So
and then
5 people are agreeing with the person.
Yes.
The person is not DSA.
No, it's not DSA.
With DSA, it means that people out there who are coming on this platform, they have not discovered us before now.
Yeah.
Now the person is discovering us for the first time, and he's acknowledging. And there have been people there, like 400 other people before us, 500, and they saying this is the best one.
Yes.
So it means we have the content. Yes. We just need to reach out to
the packaging and dissemination that we need to work.
And another person says, wow, the best advice for success I've ever heard in my life.
These are the most common comments. Yeah. That's another one saying the best is in their life. So which means what the DSA family is exposed to is probably one of the best there, because these people are the people who have 97 million. We don't even have 1 million.
Yeah. And then Pastor Nkiru has already gone there to say to the person that his Dr. Sunday Adelaja is exceptional. I think Pastor Nkiru, you can also add thumbs up. Yes, thumbs up, Pastor Nkiru. But also, yes, I can't press, it's too tiny.
Not you, I'm saying tell people.
Okay. Right, everyone, please go on there as well. As you put your comment, also put Sunday Adelaja official, because I noticed that they put official pastor, which is their Twitter account. That's what they put on there. But we want people to go on to Dr. Sunday's YouTube page as well, YouTube channel. So also, when you put your comment, put his link, Sunday Adelaja official, or the blog as well. So the blog is sundayadelajablog.com. So add that to your comments as well, please. And we also have said, wow, thanks so much, Evan, and your crew for this. This is Pastor Nkiri again. This is wisdom and excellence. That's somebody else that's not DSA family. I recognize the name, not ours. And then we have very deep video. Thanks, Evan. May you do a top 10 on somebody else he mentioned. And then this gave me everything for the day. That's somebody saying.
Who is not DSA?
It's not DSA. This has been so helpful. I have to listen to it more than once. Well done, Evan, and thank you for introducing us to this great man. And this is not DSA either. Somebody can put a comment on that person, because saying thank you for introducing us to this great man, but you can also put a comment on that particular one to say this great man is so and so. And then we have, yes, and we have somebody says this was dope. You keep working and inspiring. And 2 people like what that person said, that it was dope. We have another wow, and then another first. Somebody says this is DSA family says, at Evan, you're simply the best. Thank you so much. I came across this teaching on Facebook last year. Ever since, and then there's more comments. It's too tiny from where I'm reading it from. But this is a very good comment from Elizabeth Ali, because she's already hinting that this person is on Facebook, so others will check him out. But you didn't write that His Facebook is Dr. Sunday Adelaja. So that would help as well to say go to Dr. Sunday Adelaja and all the other platforms as well. And then we have sunshine and rain, beauty and pain. We're all going through it. This person saying, and it's not DSA family. Thanks for another great video, Evan, not DSA family. He is good. Never heard of him. Thanks for doing this top 10. So this person is actually a group. It says Truth Speaks group. So this is a really good person for people to put comments under, because he would have other people that watch his own page. It's a page. So it's not just an individual.
So
yeah.
Lead them to our...
Yes. So we can lead them to ours, to Dr. Sunday Adelaja and Sunday Adelaja official on YouTube. Great message. Sadly, the guy needs to follow his own advice in point 3. Sorry, I don't know what this person is saying. Don't we all go through? Thank you. Thanks anyway. Hope it's overcome in his struggle. I think this person probably knows you because it says Russian whip. Okay. So this is a Russian yes, a Russian person, Russian whip. Yeah. Yes. Yes, but it says, you know, it's good, bad. And then we have, yeah, this was one of your best videos yet. This is person saying, and this person is not DSA family, and say maybe a short video on another person he mentioned in the future, so perhaps.
This best video, my best video?
No, it says this video, this one on Dr. Sunday is your best video yet.
Who's yours? It's Evans' best video.
Evans.
Yeah.
Evans' best video.
This was one of your best video yet.
Talking to Evans.
Yes. Yes. So let me see, there's more. And then we have, you're making a huge impact on the world, Evan. Thanks for bringing us this daily motivation. Then we have one of the best. Somebody else is saying. So this comments of one of the best is, okay, the best is this person. We can write on there and or that person.
Just write our own comments.
Write our own comment, but reply to people as well, because it shows interest that somebody else knows. Because people follow others. If they know that you're interested and you're interested in development, they would also follow you. Good one.
So the Russian man is the only negative one so far.
Well, and it's not straight negative. He says, he said what he wanted to say, but he said, well, it's still good, Great video. Love this one.
That means it's a positive.
Yeah.
To put a comment.
Yes. And I can't remember what number 3 is, so we'll see.
The Russian had written before, that same Russian Indian said Sunday Adelaja started the biggest scam in the history of Ukraine.
Ah.
The biggest scam in the history of Ukraine. He's one of the attackers, people who just read the newspaper, what they are saying.
Yeah.
But he's now listening to me. He never listened to me before then. He just had a scam. Now he listened to me, he's saying good.
Yeah. And he yes, I think he's going to be a follower soon. And then we have somebody saying that, great job, Evan. Number 3 is my favorite. So the number 3 that is telling you to follow, somebody else is saying is his favorite. Then we have great video, Evan, again. Thanks, Evan, for this inspirational video. I really needed to hear that this morning to snap me back to stepping out. This person saying, my favorite quotes, get enough knowledge about what you want to do before you do it. Wow. Somebody said, oh, Jay, oh, okay, Jay, okay. Then we have conquer yourself quotes that somebody, which is one of what you said. And Evan said, check out my newest video, okay. Valerie, what if you do another person, okay. Okay, so that's what I can see so far. The 35 comments, and it's only been up since morning, and he's had 2,260 views of this.
And some of them have been there for like 10 months, 1 year, and it's only 2,000 views.
Yes.
So in less than 24 hours, we already even have more views than some of them who have been there for years.
Yes. So, and he also wrote a list down. So check it out. It's quite comprehensive what Evan has done. He's written the details about the church and everything in his comments. So the information if people want to get you. So anyone else wants to comment? Okay, what I was saying. Yeah.
I was gonna say that I think it's awesome. Pastor Jefferson was speaking so extensively because that is his field, and to me, like I was saying about Jesus and Aristotle, is that when the sons of Pastor Sunday find their calling and, really build that, everyone who asks them, where do they get their content, where do they get their knowledge, will audit, like what Pastor was saying, if each person has 1 million followers on their own and talks just once or twice about where they got their knowledge, Pastor Sunday already automatically gets their 1 million followers, or at least half. So on a long-term scale, your most important job is to find out what you're supposed to do and do it to the utmost excellence so that you can have a platform of your own to speak the message so that people can come back to you and ask you, how did you get to where you are? Where did you get this knowledge? How did you, do that? To me, that's the long-term goal, and that's probably the most important goal, so that no matter what happens to Pastor Sunday, his name continues because his followers, the reason why I came to Ukraine, for instance, wasn't even because I heard something amazing about Pastor Sunday. The reason I came to Ukraine for this now year that I'm going to be here is because I saw what Pastor Sunday was able to produce in other people, that he was able to raise people up to a certain level that I myself couldn't get to. And I wanted to know how they got to that. And guess what? They all pointed to that one man. So it's the same thing. It's the same thing that happened to Jesus. Jesus didn't touch all the people of the world. He didn't spread his name. He didn't change it to BC. It was the works of Paul. It was the works of Peter. It was the name that they had each made for themselves. It was the fact that they had now found out and established themselves in the truth, found out exactly what they were supposed to accomplish unto death. Then their names began to multiply the name of the person that they followed, which was Jesus. So to me, the main thing, the most important thing is to do what Pastor Sunday teaches us all to do, which is to find exactly what we're supposed to do, what we do best, what we know the most about. Jefferson can't talk like that. I can't talk like Jefferson without knowing all that information, without having that field, without having that passion. And we each have one of those, like Jefferson mentioned a bunch of things you can do in his field of interest, but there's that same amount of things in your field. If you're a writer, if you're a singer, if you're a scientist, there are amazing different ways that you can take Pastor Sunday's messages, apply it to your own passion, and explicate that to a level that is recognizable by the world. When people ask you, how did you get there? You will automatically multiply whatever Pastor Sunday has taught you, or the knowledge of it across the world. On a small level, I do agree with Pastor Jefferson as well about taking out the super spiritual things. One thing that disturbs me about a lot of videos on Facebook is that they all start with, praise worship song, and glory be to God, and Hosanna in the highest. And, you're only going to get people who subscribe to that. So why not open the book, write down the points, the principles, write them down as if it's just points. And when they ask you, where did you get that? This book, get the book. It's here. It's all in here. They'll find out that Jesus is in it. They'll find out that God is in it. But why when you are advertising something, you look for something that is going to captivate people? Not something that's going, this is a problem that we have in evangelism too, is that we think by saying Jesus, Jesus, Jesus to somebody that they're just automatically going to be changed and transformed. But really, it's the relationship that they have with you, is what they see in your life that makes them go, I wonder where you got that from. So first of all, pull out the principles, start to talk about how you're implementing it in your life, how it's helping you. And then people will say, oh, I want to get that book too. Or I want to know that man too. Or, who cares if he's a pastor or he's a doctor or, the principles will speak for themselves. So to me, those are the two things. Is most important thing if you want to make anybody's name known, is to first of all make yourself be at a place where anything you say is regarded and revered and respected. So that if you say the name Pastor Sunday or Dr. Sunday or Sunday Adelaja, people will say, oh my gosh, I have to get... Oprah can say just one word of a book, one word of a person, and that person goes viral. I mean, he said it about Obama. We should all seek to get to that place of relevance, so that if we say Pastor Sunday's name, and they keep hearing all these great people talk about Pastor Sunday, who have accomplished great things, they will do what I did, which is to come and sit under Pastor Sunday, because I saw too many people who are doing great things not to figure out why all these people who have attained great things have done so, and who they learned that from, and where they got that from. So for me, that is, my generation isn't like, you know, following Kardashians simply just to get big butts and big lips. Guess what? They're also on Instagram trying to get followers. They're trying to do what the Kardashians did. So this whole thing about, you know, relevance and fame, like, the two do go hand in hand, and they are extremely important. Extremely important. And so I would say, you know, your first job is really to work on yourself and work on your gifts and your talents. Figure out that first. You know, there's a lot to learn from Pastor Sunday. But if you learn 1,000 things from Pastor Sunday and you do nothing with any of them, then you've learned nothing. So, in my opinion, get down to business. Start sharpening your iron so that when the time comes that you need to fight Goliath, you're ready. You know. So, that's my own. Anyone else got something to share? Or comments on what Carol Wise has said? I don't want to be the only one talking when we've got so many people here. I have all the time to talk.
Anastasia's comment.
I didn't see it, that's why.
So
sorry, Anastasia. It hasn't refreshed yet, probably.
Okay, any comments there? Maybe you need to read the comments.
Okay. I'll get this to it. Oh. Okay, let's see. We have, yes, Caroline. Yes, Caroline hinted me that advice. That's Elizabeth Ali. Thanks so much, Caroline, from Omonike. Ebenezer says, hello, sir. Phyllis said, wow, Caroline. Deborah called Carol Wessel. Wow. That's, Elizabeth Ali says, that's why DSA has asked us to go and start our project on another's or another, one project or another, so people can see the transformation, because to give birth to any project, it must have changed you first. Then, too close. And I have, you're so on point, Caroline. That's Elizabeth Ali's gain. Omolabaka has got thumbs up. Adewale says she's speaking truth. Olani says Caroline is talking undisputed wisdom. That's Olani that says that. Caroline Wise is truly has been transformed by DSO. Kudos. That's the Barako. Over spiritualizing things. That's Elizabeth Ali. Victoria says, you are right, girl, pointing at you. And then Olani says, spot on with lots of clap. Carol Wise. Include says, Evan would never do a video on someone without any weight. So DSA to Evan Kamiko is also a discovery. So DSA is also a discovery from Nkiru saying that. We had... Yeah, Elizabeth Ali says it's all about the know-how solution. And I think that's really what I want to get to right now. I really want us to conclude on a solution of what we can do right now organically before we move on to those next stage. Because even as we are, we can still make an impact. Deborah Cole says, Caroline is talking wisdom. I think I've read this already. Okay, I read this.
Pastor Nikki says there are always negative people. I think that's about the Russian person. Olani said, this is someone that might not even be a Christian. He has 2,302 views already from yesterday. I think DSA top 10 success rule is doing great. That's the Oracle. Okay. Pastor Nkuru says, I have put the link to DSA social outlet there in the comment. Thank you, Pastor Nikki. Gregory's talking to Joe. Okay. Okay. Pastor Richard, Bishop Richard says, I believe an army of people who believe in DSA and its message need to commit the rest of their earthly life to advancing this truth through social media and beyond. Just my thoughts. Thank you, Bishop. Yeah, I think, yes, on many levels. Yeah, somebody's got...
No, you can continue if there's more. Okay.
Yes, what I wanted to say is that, yes, we do need to commit, maybe not the rest of our earthly life, but we need to commit, at least at this stage, from what we know. Commit to doing something on Facebook regularly, even if we have to put a strategy together that we send out on a weekly basis and have people that will commit to actually taking their actions. Gregory says, Pastor, can I create a YouTube channel and be uploading your messages? We have that already, Gregory. Dr. Sunday Adelaja Official, that's a YouTube channel, but you can help us to upload videos. So write your details to VIP@godembassy.org, VIP@godembassy.org. So Gregory, if you can just write to us, we have a channel. We have more than one channel for DSA already.
We rather want to popularize.
Yeah, let's concentrate our efforts on one, and then maybe we can then build something else from that. We can build something else big, different from that. But having a saturated channel of so many, the impact won't be there, if you understand what I mean. If you have another channel with the same thing on Dr. Sunday, there is no concentrated effort. So let's, if you can help us with Dr. Sunday Adelaja's page or channel, that would be great. It's Sunday Adelaja Official, and you can write to VIP@godembassy.org. So Joe is saying, hi, Pastor, I'm a digital and social media marketing student. Oh. And I can, yeah. Well done, Joe. Let me finish. Yeah, I'm a digital and social media marketing student. I can confidently say I can get your videos on YouTube from the low view to where it should be at using the strategy I've learned in my, let me read the rest, in my studies. So this person is saying that they can confidently, I like those words that you've used. So Joe, please write to VIP@godembassy.org. Just put social media as the subject, social media as a subject. Then we have Matthew saying that the sound has been fluctuating. Sorry, I think it's because we're moving around, but I will try and keep that in mind when I move around again. Okay. We have, oh yes, Elizabeth Ali saying, oh yes, I shared a bit of my story on the comments under the video, and yes, we read it, Elizabeth. Well done, that's a good job. Teaching changed my life, so we can go comment under the videos, yes. And as you put your comments as well, also put the link to his YouTube channel, which is Sunday Adelaja Official, please. Informa, thank you. I have demanded for DSA's Rules for Success, Volume 2, 3, 4, and more. Please like my second comment to make it happen.
Who did that?
That's Pastor Nikki Nkiru Ojumadu. So guys, Pastor Nikki is actually calling us for action right now, which is that she's demanded Evan to do 2, 3, 4, and more. And if we comment and we support him and we like and we say, yes, he should, then he will do it. So this is a call for action. We all need to take this action. Go on our YouTube and go to the Evans page and agree with Nkiru Ojimado. It's not Pastor on there, it's Nkiru Ojimado. So Gregory say, okay, I'm starting from this this on night two. Okay. Elizabeth. On Facebook or YouTube. What we're talking about is currently on YouTube, but you can also share Dr. Sunday Adelaja's page on Facebook. You can share it with your friends, with family, with everyone on your friend list. You can also share his page, and also you can share his page with your groups. So any groups that you've joined on Facebook, you can send the link of his page and just say, check this great guy out. The people in the group might not be your friends, but at least they're in the group, and you can share Dr. Sunday's page with them. This is very true. We must begin to use every means possible not to promote this now. We must begin to use every means possible now to promote this principle and solutions to life changes and the kingdom of God. That's Ogetega Adogeji. That's Tega. So thank you, Pastor Nikki. Pastor Nikki has written VIP at godembassy.org. And also Julie. Matilda, I think by now you know what this is all about. It's about influence. It's about promoting, strategizing the messages that we're hearing on here on Dr. Sunday's page, and also the messages that are already on Dr. Sunday's YouTube channel and on the blog. So promoting it to people so that people can help themselves to develop and be the best that they can be. So share this video. So guys, please share. That was apparently this is our only strategy at the moment is share. So please share. So Pastor Kiri is now, this is Jefferson's comment, says, exactly, I was thinking of this today. Spot on, Jeff. Well, as we're trying to make people ours, we're rather having followers. Don't have to call themselves by your name, okay? Marketing is a strategy. That's Elizabeth saying that. Gregory is saying, Uncle Jefferson on point. It's saying, we have influence but no fame yet. That's Elizabeth. Bishop is saying, I love the brother in red shirt for the wisdom. That's Bishop Richard saying that. Some of the titles, suggestion from Elizabeth Alice is saying some of the titles should be edited by using catchy titles. Elizabeth is giving us. Thank you, Elizabeth. We will start to work on that. Actually, Dr. Sunday has said that a few times. But we'll start to work on that. As Elizabeth, you are very correct. YouTube is better than Facebook. Okay, they're also suggesting that we use YouTube more. It's to me long time before I can watch GSA because I had pastor. Okay, it took me, I think somebody. You have to spend a lot on marketing. That's Deborah Cole. Another suggestion, all DSA families should go to YouTube, just watch for 2 minutes in order to increase all the views. That's from Elizabeth. That is the best at Nikki. I changed the pastor to doctor a long time ago. That's Pastor Nikki saying that. Exactly, sir. Nobody wants to hear about pastor anymore. That's Gladys that is saying that. Luatoyin saying, wisdom. We do it every day. Hi. DSA needs to be heard by the whole world. That's Pastor Nikki saying that. I have demanded for, okay, so this is the concept. I agree totally. People can't accept the truth if they have not been told a lie before. That's Esther saying that. Fame is a platform to reach the goal of making influence. That's Elizabeth. So in essence, both are important. That's relative. I think fame and influence goes together. That's Joyce. Fame and influence goes together again from Olani. We need both. Yes, everybody's saying fame and influence goes together. That's
enough, I think. Yeah.
Okay. So anyone wants to make a comment, or we're ready to go? I have one here.
Yeah, so I basically just want to say that I'm really glad that we started talking about this, and because I've had a few observations already on especially Pastor's YouTube and Pastor's website, but to me personally, it's hard to take initiative or be an upstart like Pastor teaches us if I don't know that I have the entitlement, because there are just so many people who, you know, feel entitled to do stuff that, you know, maybe they're not. At least that's the way I have experienced it in life. So I feel like, you know, the fact that we've spoken about this, it has really sparked people to come up with the ideas that may not even have just come up right now, but they may have had in their hearts for a long time, but, you know, may just not have been empowered to do so. So I just want to say thank you, Pastor, because I feel I know that we need to get the message out, and if we all know that we are empowered to actually do so, and that we can all mobilize the strength and the knowledge and the resources we have, that this is really going to be a fantastic platform that we're going to build.
Yeah, I was just trying to pull Mayowa's leg because she wrote that to me about, you know, the whole world celebrating you. So
I still think so.
Huh?
I still think so.
So I wanted to challenge her understanding and her thinking to let her know that maybe it's not quite as we are thinking. Oh, I think you should touch something so that it's not so dark. You guys, you know, whenever you touch different places, it could be.
It's not
It's could be better. Okay. So, yep. Okay. I think we still have time. We could still discuss. Anybody wants to share anything apart from this or on this? Yes.
Do we have a Sunday Adelaja TV website whereby all the videos, like a TV, just a TV. Basically, all your messages are actually loaded, and you know they're actually in sequence. So basically, if somebody watches a video, the next one is actually aligned. So it actually goes to the left. You understand? So basically, they can all scroll and see your videos.
On website or website.
Yeah, it could be like just on the page. You know, so basically your videos are just all there.
We have that on the blog.
Okay.
On the blog, all the videos, the way you are saying now, sequence. Okay. Yeah, and on YouTube, but we have DSA TV. You know, and the videos are like that, like you are saying, but they are not. They are in the. Is it iCloud or where they keep it?
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud, yeah. But you know, these messages we are talking about, they are on the blog actually. If you say sundayadelajablog.com/video.
Yeah, and also the reason most of what, to my understanding, what I'm saying is exactly what's happening with YouTube, because YouTube will have that in sequence, and if we play one after the other, it will be one specific topic. But the idea is that people can go and watch any title or any topic that is of interest to them. So if we insist on it playing in that sequence, then people won't be able to do that. They would be compelled to just watch a topic that is not probably of interest to them at that point. But YouTube can play a list for you in the order.
Because on YouTube, people can be distracted. So it would have been a very cool thing to have all your videos just on one website. So they're not going to go away. They're just going to stay there, and they could still visit YouTube maybe at some later point if they just want to, you want to check. But if you have all the videos like scrolling, I can maybe research that and see if you can have a TV platform whereby all your videos are just actually on that TV. You can go to the website, but it's just a TV. because people will see like a TV. And so basically they will just, follow one video, in sequence. And they could have like 200 videos just on their website. And so they know they're not going to go away. That's just what they're going to see.
Okay, I think I'm understanding that. Like Iroko TV that people watch Yoruba movie on.
Exactly.
Okay. That's a good idea. Can we look into that, please?
Yeah, I think we need to do that.
Also, we're just talking, and I think one of the good things we can do is to unify all these pockets of sources of information under one banner. Like you have Sunday Adelaja blog.com, then you have Sunday Adelaja official.com, you have DSAT. There's so many fragments of where people can source information, but all of them can just be on one page, DrSundayAdelaja.com. Then under that you can have DSA TV, the blog, the Facebook, the YouTube, and every other thing, so that when you are looking for Sunday Adelaja, you're not going everywhere. You just go to one place, whatever you need is there.
I think that's his suggestion. Exactly.
Yeah, but what he was saying is to have the video on that one website, which is fine. But what I'm saying is have the video, have the blog, have the link to the Facebook, have the link to the YouTube on the same channel, on the same website. That way, you can, when you then go to the back end of the website to do your analysis of visitors and click per view, how many days they were there, how long were you on this, you have one central point. Then if you want to, like Jeffrey was saying, do a marketing campaign, you can attach the same campaign to the different legs rather than having to walk around the village looking for different platforms to do that. You can do that from one source, and also it will help promoting that one page rather than if you need this one, go to here. If you need that one, go to there. If you need this one, go to there. It can be confusing, but if you have one point of call, one point of contact, one point of interest, and everything you need is under one umbrella.
You can keep your website. You don't need to change that. Then just have another one that you can have just for people, like a collection. Then with time, you now see how that works. Then if you want to make that your main page, your main website, then you make the new one your main website. But I think people need to be in one place to watch your videos. Yeah.
Is it the same like a podcast, what you're saying? No. Is it the same as having a podcast?
Different.
You can also have your podcast link in the same place. Sorry. On that, it becomes a portal. It becomes like a catch-all.
Yes. So it'd be like
Wait.
a marketing funnel.
Yes.
So we can actually, I was telling him that maybe after our meetings we can sit down and have a strategy session where we can actually order the website, the domain tonight, pay for it, and I'm putting an advert right now online for a web developer that can begin.
We just bought that already. We bought SundayAdelaja.com.
Okay. Great. So we can use that portal. Yeah. So on that portal, we can have, like he was saying, all the social media. Like if you're confused and you just want one place.
Someone is already building that.
One-stop shop.
One-stop shop. Exactly.
Someone is already building.
It's already been built right now. Okay. We'll have if we have a Twitter account,
we do.
The link will be there. If we have an Instagram account, the link will be there.
LinkedIn.
If we have a LinkedIn account for Pastor, we'll create that because there's a huge market
for LinkedIn.
We'll create the link. So if you actually come on the homepage, the first thing you see is links of all the different social media sites. You don't even ask questions. Then if you need to go to the YouTube playlist and you get to that portal, it'll be right there. You just click it, it takes you straight to YouTube, and the playlist can play for you. And we can even include an online radio station. DSA radio station.
Yeah.
So we take all the 500 messages and put them on a loop. They keep playing back to back to back. So all you have to do is come there and click on it, and the messages will keep playing.
Yeah, whatever is in the play loop at
Play
that
loop
time,
at the time
playing.
is what you're gonna be getting.
Yeah.
We can also link a mobile app to that site. You can click on that site. It takes you to Apple Store. You download the app and open up DSA app, radio station app, and listen to it. If you don't have access to the web, you can listen on the app, and it will link you to that.
Time you can be listening to the
Exactly on that app. So it's just to be able to organize the thoughts on the portal Pastor said was bought, and then maybe by the time they finish, we can look at the web layouts to make sure it is, because one of the things you want to create when you're designing a website is to make sure that it's user friendly. You know, you don't even have to think to use a website. The site is thinking for you and making suggestions. And then from the marketing campaign, we can now come up with some sort of a web design. It's not a web design, like a marketing web, where we say we can now identify all the marketing points, like Facebook ad, pay-per-click, search engine optimization, backlinks, and all that, and then channel all the traffic to that website, and then link it to Sunday Adelaja blog, right? So that everything comes together onto that particular website. So it'd be like as if we're catching
It's a funnel.
a funnel. It's called
Everything
marketing
goes
funnel.
in there.
We'll actually do the design, the layout. We can sit down and come up with a marketing strategy to set it up tonight so that everything comes to that website at the same time. So we can actually track how many subscribers we got from, because Facebook can shut you down. But if they shut you down and all that 1 million subscribers we have are already subscribed on our portal,
Yes, that's right.
they can also we can never lose them.
Business as usual.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So, but if they shut you down, then you've lost all the hard work and all the time you spent to get all those people, because you don't have their email address. And we can have an opt-in form where they can just put in their email address, and we can be shooting them updates of videos. You know, like once Pastor's going to go back to this daily video teachings. Once the message finishes, the site can kick you a link to watch the video, even if you didn't make it online. So that way you don't miss it. And we can also write a program that can sort the videos based on title. Like if we're creating a video, we'll put it in a category. The software can identify that category and automatically create send it to the right playlist. Yes.
Yeah.
So everything is in automation. All it has to do is to title it and then select the genre. Like, okay, this is on finances. You can title it whatever you like, but once you say finances, it goes into the finance bucket. And if it's a brand new list, you can create that one, and then automatically it feeds into that. So I think once we're able to do this, we can actually measure our growth and have control over it and begin to increase our footprint on the web and say, okay, LinkedIn seems to bring a lot more people. Let's put more money into LinkedIn.
Into marketing for
LinkedIn, because there's no how we have to put in money into marketing. We have to pay for the adverts. We have to pay for the link. Yeah. So it's going to take some work, but I think if we can, organize our thoughts and come together and make this, it's really going to explode, because we have gold mine right here. We have gold mine. I mean, the things you hear just makes your ear tingle, and you're like, wow, where has this man been all my life? If I knew him 10 years ago, I am so sure I'm not going to be here. Without a shadow of a doubt. And just the same way we're thinking about it, that like, okay, this hasn't really affected me, is the same way the other person is thinking about it. Like, they have a brain, they can see what you're seeing, and you're not the only person who knows good stuff. They just need we just need to organize ourselves to be able to push this stuff out there to them, because this is gonna change their lives for real. And then we have DSA TV on the YouTube, right? we can also we can link DSA TV on the YouTube to the website. So all you have to do is to come to the website, just like you were talking about the Roku TV. The videos are playing there, because sometimes it's difficult to even pull out DSA TV on YouTube. But if you miss it there, or you don't have the right information to get it there, you can come here. Once you get to the homepage, it's playing nonstop. And then you can watch it there and watch all the messages there. And then from there, we can give an instruction on that website how to put it up on YouTube. For instance, you have a YouTube access and maybe you don't have a web presence. You can go to YouTube and there are basic instructions, like we decide on the first things you see when you come to the homepage, so that you know exactly what to do. Like the information Pastor shared yesterday night was gold mine. How do you get to the playlist? Simple instruction. Do this, do this, do this, do this. So we're actually thinking for him. If you see how he was explaining it, he said, touch the picture. It was just basic stuff. You can't miss it if you follow the instruction. And I think once we do this, we're going to see all of our efforts on the social media, because we can do social media marketing all we want, but if we don't have retention to justify how much we're putting out on marketing, then it's just a waste of time, because you're just going to be throwing money out the wind. If we can track them and then on our portal have that database, like when they subscribe wherever they are, they automatically sign up on our portal. And the system can even kick out a username and password to them, so that when they come here, they can automatically become a DSA family.
No, not that they can, because once they get into the portal and you put in your name and your email address, immediately the database is populated. You're added to a list, and that list, there will have been pre-planned series of letters to go out to you. Welcome to DSA family. Do you know you can get this? Do you know we are available here? And then maybe 2 or 3 days later, another automatic letter is going out to you to say, thank you for registering for this. Do you know there's a new series starting next week? Because, for instance, this Golden Jubilee that just gone, I mean, we could have just bang, 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 like every 3 days, this is what's happening in the next 3 days. Oh, by the way, if you missed yesterday's program, and before you know it, the DSA family is grown like a wildfire, because the truth is, as popular as Facebook is, there's still millions and billions of people who don't have Facebook accounts.
Just along with what you're saying, one very quick way of getting there would be to actually do advertising on YouTube. So I don't know if you go to YouTube and you see like some video actually starts to play before you actually get your video. That would be a very, very good way to actually leverage on a lot of people, because a lot of people are watching and they go on YouTube. They know YouTube is a place to search for informative materials. So we just, even like we're sitting right now, we can just, like if you take a video of the way we're sitting right now talking, and we market it, YouTube markets for us, and somebody just watches that for like 5 minutes and be like, what are these people discussing? You know, I would love to be there, you know, and the person just finished watching that's advertising, and that sends him to SundayAdelaja.com. Okay, this looks all right, I would like to be a family. So if we can leverage on YouTube quickly, you can actually build up your YouTube channel. It can go into billions just by using that advertising, you know, and we could just test that and then see.
And again, it will be a great platform to promote HMT. Wow. Because suddenly, I know Pastor Schneider was saying when he was here a few days ago that the HMT coming up in July is going to be train the trainers and all those plans. And before you know it, you have HMT going everywhere, not just everybody have to be in Ukraine or be in Canada. No, HMT is going on everywhere. The same syllabus, the same content, the same quality, the same level of expertise, delivering the same thing. The impact will just, because everybody that enrolls for HMT becomes another outlet, not just for HMT, but for the whole of the DSA as a group, as an umbrella. And so we can really take this to the market. I think this. There's no sleep tonight, boy. We've got to work on this.
This is a strategic session. I think that's the way it should be.
So you said you're going to talk to us about the 10. Where is my notes?
No, don't abandon your phone.
Yeah. And I was just showing him that we can there's a portal where we get all kinds of experts in social media marketing. They bid for your job. So it would be like, show us your work, show us your results. So we're getting the best of the best of the best.
Yeah.
And these guys are not even charging so much, like $5 an hour, $10 an hour. It's ridiculous. But
For what?
to engage their services.
Is it Fiverr you're talking about?
Yeah, Upwork.
Okay.
So if we use Upwork and we advertise that, and we get like 3 experts and engage them full time, and then set goals and milestones, we'll be shocked and very shocked. I can tell you in the next 90 days, we'll be amazed at what we're gonna get.
Yeah, that's what I'm actually for. I think we should get experts. You know, experts that know how to do this. You know, we could discuss it. We could come together to try to get some ideas. But that's not good enough. Let's get the people who specialize in this thing, who can guarantee results. And then let's engage them. That would be a good way to start.
You know, Pastor Sam, there was also a pastor here with his wife that were here for the celebration, the motor shows. And that is his field. That is actually from Poland. Do you remember? That is actually the specialty.
What?
Social media marketing, digital marketing, yeah. So if good, I can connect to them and, you know, just talk to them. Kids are not watching the program, you know, and just talk to them as well. Yeah, that's actually what they specialize in.
And I'm currently doing a training with a digital transformation company. And they can build an app for you in 30 days. And it will have all the widgets and bells and everything.
Digital what?
Digital transformation company.
Okay.
Yeah, in London. And we do a lot of work. So one of the projects we're working on now is for First Bank in Nigeria, for their app and their mobile friendly interface and all of that. And this company will do a great job. I know that.
Okay, guys. Yeah, what do you want to say?
This is how your life could bring relevance.
Bring it.
So you promise to tell us.
No, we cannot. There's no need for that because what we're discussing now is what we're ending it. Yeah. There's another thing I wanted us to discuss. I wanted to thank the DSA families in different countries. All of those people who are celebrating with us and who are doing their own celebration. I saw the video from Belgium. I saw the video from England. I've not seen from any other place, but maybe I heard that it's from Lagos, Port Harcourt, Canada,
USA.
Abuja, USA, but I've not seen all those ones yet. You know, I would like to talk about that maybe tomorrow.
The relevance?
Huh?
About the relevance?
No. That is about the celebrations. Yeah. Because there are some things I observe. So I would like to encourage maybe tomorrow evening by this time, 2 hours earlier, we're going to gather and talk about how we celebrate and how to celebrate. And constructive celebration. To get the most out of it. At least from the things that from the videos I saw, I think that's a good thing we could learn. There are a few things we could learn from it. Okay, I think we've had a good evening. strategic session this time. It's not very interesting, but it's practical. So, Mayowa, take your video.
Share. How do you say that in French? You need to put things.
You say it. Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. And in this strategic session, we've talked a lot about so many things that you could also use in your businesses, in your projects. So, and also, you can also use to promote DSA and DSA teachings. I'm not saying DSA because I got the rebuke the other day when I said DSA. So it's DSA teachings. So you yourself can do that. And for your own businesses as well. You know, there's a lot of things that we've gained from here, knowledge from experts
and
that
have
have
not
talked.
watched that guy,
Yes.
We have it on DS on
YouTube.
On our YouTube channel and on his YouTube channel.
Okay. So Dr. Sunday was just saying and reminding me that if you haven't watched Evan Carmichael, I think his name is Carmichael, please check him out. He's on YouTube, and also check him out so that you can leave comments on there, and all the other people that are not DSA family or knows DSA already can follow your trail from your comments. And you can also watch the same video on Dr. Sunday Adelaja YouTube channel, which is Sunday Adelaja Official. It's there right now, so please check the video out. And you know, these are rules of success that we've been learning, but it's been put into a nutshell in 20-something minutes. I think it's really good. I watched it this morning, and that's why I wrote my comments or my message to DSA. So guys, don't forget to continue to share. We know we're celebrating Golden Jubilee for the whole year, not just in May. It hasn't ended. I think we're just starting from the comments a lot of people made, and especially the challenge that Caroline gave us, which is that we're not really influencing as or popular, or, you know, what's the word that you use? Fame? Yeah, fame. Fame, influence combined together. So let's make this a challenge that we're going to make it happen, and we're going to make it happen together, not just experts. We're all experts in social media. We don't know that yet, but we are. You know, it's really easy now, and we can make our own impact and change our world. So share this, share this right now, and watch it again for strategy. So I'm going to retitle this strategy session with DSA family in Kyiv or in Ukraine. I would label it that way, so you can look into this again and watch this video again, and maybe you will come up with ideas as well. Please, when you have other ideas as well, feel free to share them with us. You can send them to vip@godembassy.org. So vip@godembassy.org. And you know all the channels already, platforms. I'm going to repeat them. YouTube is Sunday Adelaja Official. Facebook is Dr. Sunday Adelaja. You're on it already, so you should know. And the main, we also have the blog, which is a website, sundayadelajablog.com. And we're also on Twitter and Instagram. So join Pastor Sunday on Instagram, I believe it is. I'll put all the information up so that you'll see and also join. So let's start with ourselves as the social media experts and the promoters. And then from there, we'll move on to the experts that would make this happen, make these ideas into reality. After all, that's exactly what Dr. Sunday teaches us, and that's what we are. We're creators, so we can create this. What we're discussing now, and we continue to discuss offline, would be to create, and you guys will see the evidence in the weeks and months to come. So I appreciate you for joining us. Thank you so much. I know you've been up and down today a lot. I think this is the third time. I appreciate everyone that joined each session. Tomorrow I will be interviewing some people, some guests, before they leave and go back to their various homes. So I'm going to interview them. So I'll be coming from morning up to the afternoon. Please join me and hear what others are saying and how they feel about the trip here on this occasion. Some people have been here more than once. So I want to thank you again. Thank you very, very much. And what do? Share, share, share. Okay? So I'll see you again soon. Mwah.
In French.
Oh, what's it in French again? Hold on, I'm coming.
Partager.
Partager. Okay, let me say in French. Huh? Partager, partager, partager. Partager. Partager, partager. Partager. Partager, partager. Partager, partager, s'il vous plaît. I'm learning French. I haven't even learned Russian yet. But guys, thank you so much. Partager. Lydia is telling me. Okay, partager. Partager. Bye.